What is going on, everybody? This is Rawstarr of the Burbank Misfits. And, of course, I am joined with my co-host.
We don't have a topic today, folks.
We never have topics.
I'm sorry.
We never have
I couldn't
topics.
think anything.
We never have topics.
So much pressure.
And that
Continue with the introduction.
And that Debbie Downer over there is CW. And we have a wonderful guest who was kind enough to do another episode with us. The tremendous, wonderful, awesome Bobbi Dean.
Hey guys.
And I want to ask something to make sure. Make sure your mics are on.
I think mine is on. Is it connected?
No, it is.
Is it making
I was just making
thing?
sure. Making sure I forgot to
Okay.
do that before we started.
So how much drugs is too much drugs? I just want to know. Just put it out there. How many drugs is too many drugs?
It depends. It depends on which drug you're talking about.
Right.
How many? Okay. How much drugs of all the drugs is acceptable?
I mean, for example,
Like, let's say in your circle.
I mean, cocaine, I don't think is a good drug to do, period. You know, like, or crack or heroin or mushrooms, you know. I'm thinking about
So if somebody did mushrooms in your circle, you'd be like, hey, bro, can't do those mushrooms, man.
I'm not going to stop them from doing what they do. They're doing shrooms.
So if somebody was doing crack in your circle.
I would say that's not cool.
Oh, okay. Cocaine? Powder cocaine?
I mean, I know a lot of people who do cocaine. I know a lot of people who do cocaine.
That's cocaine.
And,
Okay.
I literally have been sitting next to somebody drinking a Sprite, and then all of a sudden they just randomly do cocaine off of the person next to them.
Off of the person next
Yeah,
to him?
where were you guys at?
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm like, where was this?
No, I see. Rawstarr likes to party. He goes to like a lot of weird parties
I do.
where people are doing substances off of other people's naked bodies.
Yes, and
That's true.
That sounds like a R. Kelly party.
Oh,
Naked
I mean,
people.
I'm sure a
They're
couple
legal.
of the it's legal, but I'm sure some of them still got teen in their
That's
age.
I'm sure
there's a 19-year-old in there.
18, 19, but they're all of age. It's just that
We hope.
they're just doing drugs.
Illegal
and
drugs.
I've been like, I've drug him to a few drugs.
Exactly. I don't even remember.
I forced him to come to the parties I went to before. And I remember one in particular that I was there, and all of a sudden someone brought in Shatter. They had
Shatter's wax.
Yeah, Shaz White.
That's a
You
form
acting
of
like
cannabis.
that's like, man,
Yeah, I'm
you
like, that's a form of cannabis.
Yeah, it's not like somebody pulled some black tar heroin.
Yeah,
I'm not
like
done
that's
yet.
not.
I'm not done yet.
tie off right here.
Because they had cocaine and they had.
So what? They rolled it in
and they
some
had-
other substance or what?
They powder some.
I don't know what they were doing because I didn't.
Okay, so powder cocaine is okay with you.
I said they were doing powder cocaine.
Powder cocaine is okay
and
with
they
you.
were doing mushrooms too.
Mushrooms?
That's
They
a
did-
lot of
they did
drugs.
shrooms, too.
So,
And-
yeah,
That's
that's
a lot of cross
Yeah.
stuff.
And then
Yeah, I was
randomly-
gonna say it's the cross part.
It was a party though, and
It's
then like
intense.
some girl did Molly, and then she started walking around the party naked. So, yeah, butt naked. Yeah. So that's
Little Molly.
I forget. I don't even know how much she had, but that's the parties that I attended. And then of course they were drinking alcohol.
Wait, was I at that party too?
You were at that one.
Oh, yeah. I don't really be.
And I don't think you were you weren't at the one where they just started sniffing off each other. So
No,
I
I'm
don't-
pretty
I don't-
sure.
I
it
What's
wasn't.
the point in that? I mean, since you guys have seen this visually,
Well-
I haven't.
well, because like
I don't really party. Considering that I do industry stuff, I don't really party. Like I don't go
It's
nowhere.
best not to.
So what's the point of that? Like, is
Well-
it because they're like, oh, it's just fun to say I sniffed this off my friend's ass, or is it like,
well, some people
does
do
it do something
Some
extra?
people do
What do
it
you?
for sexual reasons? Because like if they
Like it's more
if they
sexual.
put it on someone's breast and then they
'cause
sniff
of a
it,
numbing
and then
agent.
they could lick the nipple and up the.
Got you. Okay. It's
You
almost
know.
like a shot, like when people try to do like
Yeah,
little body
little
shots.
body
All
shot,
right, got you.
So it's just a whole sexual aspect to it. And then-
Hopefully somebody learned something because I just learned something today from that.
Yeah.
Yes, here's the drug use.
It's educational.
And like I always find it funny because like the first time that I actually was at one of these parties that they did that at, like the person didn't have $1, and they just randomly asked me if I had $1, and then they started.
Did they give you the $1 back?
Probably
Yeah,
not.
they gave me the $1
I was
back
about
afterwards.
I would have been like, give me 4 quarters.
I think what I did was like I immediately spent it, used it for something. I got spent it for something. I forget what. It was just so random. Like, so you gave me this $1 that's been up y'all nostrils that y'all use to
a little bit of cocaine.
And the thing is, like, it made me think of afterwards. It's like
You're like, how many dollars have I touched?
Money
that
is
have been
disgusting.
all up
Think
in
about
people's
it.
nostrils.
It made me think.
Strippers, booty cheeks.
Smell it, and you'll be like, what?
Nah,
It made me
I'm
think,
good.
like, how many,
And I
like,
touch
how
this
many-
all time.
How much booty cheeks has this $1 been through?
Sweat.
Like,
Sweat.
Other
sweat.
substances.
Titty
Like,
sweat.
yeah, titties, like,
Booty
people
sweat.
breasts or-
Have you ever had to like check money with those like little lights and stuff? Because I have. I've like done different jobs where I'm like touching a lot of money and we need to check everything. And you see a lot of little spots and
just spray of juice.
you're really like, what is this? Like, I really don't know what I'm touching, but I don't got a choice. If you notice, that's why like certain bankers or cashiers or whatever but I was gonna say they wear gloves
That's true.
because of that. Because
That's
they
true.
probably know what I'm talking about.
True.
As soon as you pass that little light and you see all those weird things on people's money, you're like, do I really want to touch this?
Do I really want to
And
touch
then
this?
we think it's
But
like
you held that
I forget
$1.
what which rapper it was, but he literally jumped on his kitchen table.
Dumped?
Jumped.
Like,
Jumped.
Uh-huh.
On his kitchen
Yeah,
table
yeah,
and
okay.
was peeing on the money.
Oh,
'Cause he had so much.
ew.
See?
And it made me think,
See?
like, okay, it dried eventually.
But still, the
And then
fact
and
somebody
then-
had to touch that
then he spent
and
it.
clean it.
And then,
Spent it.
like,
And it's all over.
it's all
And then
over
somebody
the
like, I got this money, rubbing on their face. Because nobody's out there like, let me wash these.
Yeah.
Let me wash these hundreds. They're looking dirty.
And I don't know if he was on drugs at the time.
Probably.
He did it.
No, he probably,
Probably.
he spent it.
It's
He's
the
like,
safe
I
bet.
pissed on the money.
Yeah, I don't
Let it
think
dry.
normal people are thinking, let me piss on money.
People who-
Or it was fake money.
he-
You can get some fake
What
money
if it was
now.
set money?
It was real.
Use that
Yo,
money.
did y'all know that set money is actually more expensive than real money?
Wow.
Because it has to be printed a certain way. to look
Okay,
like-
yeah.
It's wild. And you could technically put whoever you want on it. So that also makes it a little pricier.
Oh.
They're not allowing.
Yeah.
They're pushing the Harriet Tubman 20.
Why not?
Why are they doing it?
No, I'm saying that's why. Yeah, why not? We should. Let's get the Harriet money.
No, they're pushing it to later.
Oh, like pushing it all,
Oh,
like,
no.
to the back burner?
Well, hey, you know.
They got us
It was-
fucked up.
it was supposed
This
to come
is,
out- it was supposed to print it.
White guy time right
It
now.
was supposed to print it next year, 2020.
Like, wait, what do you
And
think?
now the current president administration pushed it.
Of course.
2028.
Look at the
Of
current
course.
president administration.
Come on.
Yeah,
They're not going to want that.
I'm just saying, like,
I mean, did you want the Harriet money? Because I want the Harriet
I'm
money.
down for the Harriet money.
I want
I'm
the
down-
Harriet
well,
money.
I'm down for people not owning slaves being on my money.
well, that's
How about we change all the money?
that's the dollar. That's the.
But think about it.
That's
Now I'm going to feel
that's
bad
the
going to the
five.
strip
He owes
club
slave
with the
too.
Harriet. Like, I can't toss a Harriet at your
Yeah.
booty cheek. Like, nah,
right.
not no more. I
That's
can't.
right. I'd be like,
I can't. Yeah, you got to think about it twice
waiting.
now. Like, like in
She
honor of
said you
Harriet,
have to
I got to
do
put
this.
this back in my wallet. Oh, yeah.
Man, at least you Here you go. Here's some Georges. Here's some Georges.
give me that slave of cash.
But they've like I've seen like they have a stamp that they've made already for people who are gonna stamp over Andrew Jackson's face, so it is Harriet's.
But you know that's technically defacing the money.
Yeah,
And
then
that
somebody
can
like, how
technically...
dare
It
you?
was on CNN.
You'll go someplace and they'll be like, how dare you? This ain't Andrew Jackson.
No, but you could get in
Who's
trouble
this?
for that. Like, even the people that write, like, silly things on money, supposedly,
Yeah, you
like,
can.
You can. I mean, not that anyone's really going to come and get you, but...
But they'll grab somebody, just like they grabbed 21 Savage.
Cause I mean, like, cause is that where has his dollar bin thing? Okay, where has his dollar bin? Like, you know, like you have those registered dollars where
No, but that's not a thing that, I mean, what are you talking about?
where people.
I know you can look that up,
Yeah, it's like people.
but that's an actual, like, serial number thing.
No, people have put stamps,
Oh, I don't know.
stamps where you go to the website and say, I got this dollar in.
I think it's just a thing that's illegal, but nobody like they don't. Nobody, they're not like, what are you doing, destroying these pennies with Ginsu knives? Because that's the same thing. Like, because penny is still U.S. currency, and if you go on like infomercials, they're always like, this knife is super strong, and then your eyes just glossed over. I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't engage in the same.
Anyway. No, it's illegal, but nobody's coming for anybody.
But anyway, I just find it very interesting about
money,
how they're doing money, and
dirty money.
They just don't care about it anymore. But back to your drug topic.
Yeah, what's the acceptable drugs in your circle?
My circle's super tiny, and my people only do cannabis. Yeah.
This is okay.
That's about it. My people are boring. That's all they do.
That's good.
Liquor and marijuana.
I mean, like, the thing is, like, I've gotten to the point where I'm just used to certain people are going to do drugs no matter what.
Right.
You know? And you're not going to stop them from doing certain things. You can talk to them and say, hey, you shouldn't be doing that much stuff, or you shouldn't be doing this. Or
Stop trying to control me.
Or they do it after.
You don't know my life.
Or they do it after, and they say,
It sounds like an infomercial. Like, does your loved one need to go to rehab?
No, I'm fine.
You're the upset teenager in the background.
Have you?
It was just that one time at Coachella, Mom.
Have you tried to pawn forks for that next hit?
Pawn for silver. Grandma's silverware.
No. And the sad part is, I know people who actually tried to do that before.
That's sad. I feel like maybe that should answer your question. That's too much drugs.
Yeah.
When you start dipping into relatives' things and basically, or even your own things, pawning it, or you know what I mean, like scraping to get it. I think at that point that should be a red flag. Like, cut it out.
That's true.
Here's a good example. If you get to the corner bad, that's bad.
The what?
The corner.
What does that mean?
Oh, the movie, the show. Talking about the show, The Corner, with like real crackhead status. You know, like
it's out in certain areas, and you see that, like,
called The Corner that HBO did.
It was a miniseries.
I'm sorry.
Directed by Charles S. Dutton.
And this man who was a good businessman, whatever, and his wife was on it really bad, and his son got on it, and then he eventually started doing it.
Were they white?
Nah. It's in Baltimore, like West Baltimore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it shows like generational addiction.
And then he got it really bad, and he ended up overdosing in, I think it was his mother's basement.
Oh.
Yeah. And then his son died from it too.
Oh, did he eventually die?
He eventually died. Like, he didn't die on the show because they showed him dying on the show. Spoiler alert. He died on the show.
Yeah, the mom got clean though.
Wow.
The mom got clean, but the son died, I want to say, like 3-4 years ago.
Yep. Yeah, the mom got clean and she would guest spot on the guy's shows after, because it's the guy who created the Corner he ended up creating The Wire, and then he worked on I don't remember Homicide: Life on the Streets and Treme also.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Those are all his
Charles S. Dutton's thingies. You know Charles S. Dutton, right?
Rock.
Oh.
She's
like,
she's like, I have.
Come on, bro.
Do you know who Rock is?
Rock was out when I was like 7.
I mean,
I'm aging myself. I'm gonna be 36 this year. So
yeah, she wasn't even born when you were 7. That's right.
There you go.
I mean, she wasn't born when I was 7. So.
Hey, you weren't really missing anything.
Okay.
I mean, before the internet, you just remembered things. Just remember things better before the internet.
Yeah, she's the internet generation. We are the Oregon Trail generation.
So you wouldn't do any shrooms? You wouldn't do any shrooms, George?
I would not do
shrooms, Bobby.
No, I don't judge, but it is what it is.
But it's like for me, it's like I'm slowly stopping putting other poisons in my body. Slowly.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about cutting out meats.
See, and do you eat meat? Like, are you a carnivore, or are you one of the people who eat? Like, what is
Well,
your
carnivore would be like more like somebody that just eats like straight meat. I'm splitting hairs. I'm being a jerk.
Yeah, you are.
It's all right.
Do you eat meat or are you a vegetarian, pescatarian?
I wouldn't go that far, but I like chicken and seafood, and I try to eat vegetarian if I can for some occasions or some instances. I'm not on that level to do it consistently.
I know.
I agree.
The last few people who I associated myself with were either pescatarian or straight up vegetarian, and it's like some of them have tried to lead me to that lifestyle, and it's like I've eaten certain foods that were okay. I just can't do it. Like I enjoy vegan chicken. Vegan chicken nuggets. It's not that bad.
I've had them. Yeah, they're cool.
As far as tofu goes, I can't do it.
I mean, it all depends on things. See, more people are becoming like vegetarian and vegan. So people are thinking of all. Like I was looking on the internet, I was like, jackfruit ribs. I haven't had like a pork rib in so long. I'll try these jackfruit ribs.
Yeah,
and
but
if I can have those, if I can have a consistent like tasting like with texture, the texture.
Yeah, but
like
but
meat biting into meat is important.
A huge part of the reason you stop eating pork is for a completely different reason, though.
Yeah, but it's better. It's just healthier not to eat pork.
And see, I can't even say my thing is a health thing. I've just never been a big fan of pork like that. Like for me to say that I eat pork maybe once a year, that's kind of saying a lot.
I just don't see I even went back and was like, let me go ahead and try a little. And I was like, this ain't doing anything for me. This doesn't even taste like better than anything else. And then, a pig can get smart as a 3-year-old.
Did not know that.
Think about that. Like, if you're chopping that up and it really know you killing it, like, it's like, oh, I'm really aware that you're about to kill me.
I mean,
and I'm afraid.
I think
I'm really afraid.
I think any animal
but like
is aware.
the understanding of a 3-year-old child. Think about that.
I mean,
Your 3-year-old nephew or niece, knowing what's about to happen. It's got a real dark right there for a second. Yeah, the one in your background. Uncle Rawstarr.
that's my great niece, actually.
Oh, your great niece. Wow, we old, man.
We old. Yeah.
We old. Or people be fucking too young.
She looked like, this is my cover, like my
Kidding.
My screensaver on my phone is my great niece, and it's like she just turned 3, so it's like via that.
Is that your nephew's?
That's one of my nephews 3.
Oh, 3? 3?
Well, take that back. And I'm gonna say this because I don't
have
care.
one yet. Are you planning on having children?
Yeah, eventually.
Kind
Kind of need a partner for that.
I want to say
That's
this.
true. But do you?
I'm gonna say this.
And
By
why
that-
can't people? Yeah, like you should be
You
keeping
can't
track
track
of
down?
No,
who-
and
I knew a girl that wrote down everybody. Oh, I know so many people that like got skip babies. It's just like mine, somebody else's, mine. What happened? We had some problems for a couple years.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. He don't know.
I got blood tested when I was in high school, so
I don't understand. There was no guessing games.
Yeah, for real.
I was a freak.
What's that mean? There's no guessing games.
Well, the thing is, like, the girl who I messed with in high school, like, it was either mine or this other dude's, and I was. This is between.
What's with all the women in Fort Wayne raw dogging so much?
This is between Chevy and Care. So,
Why are you putting these people on blast saying their
that's
names?
not their real names.
That's not their real names? I thought that was their real names. Chevy? Yeah, okay, that's not real.
Yeah. And
It can't be.
And
though.
I'm gonna say the other girl real name, but I stopped myself. And it was between those two and before my car accident. And so it was like, okay, I'm just waiting and speculation to see if this child's gonna be mine or not.
Never. I've never been like, I've never had somebody be like, hey, I'm pregnant and I don't know. it might be yours.
Well, I didn't
I've
know.
never had anybody come
I
and be
didn't
like,
know she
hey.
was pregnant until she was 5 months.
Since she was 5 months.
And
Yeah,
then
why she wait that long?
Did she know?
She knew, but the thing is like she told me. This is what she told me. This is because we were. It was more so of a one night thing than anything else. And then she told me, like she straight up said, it could be yours or, and like.
Did you snap twice?
Because I don't want to say the dude's names.
The dudes?
The dude's that.
Plural, two.
The person. The
one other person. Okay, I thought we were about to get more territory.
Mine or
We'll help find them. We'll help find them. It's okay.
This male's name, and she told me about it, and so basically, like, she was telling that dude that it was his the entire time, but she wanted me to know that it was a possibility. And the thing is, she didn't want to ask him to get a blood test.
Wow.
So she waited because she knew it was mine or his. So she waited until they was born, and I got blood tested. So she didn't have to tell him, and it wasn't mine. And the thing is, and this is why I'm not saying her name because they're actually still together.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was,
Do you even know?
I mean, I know.
I wonder how many people went through that whole drama and they didn't even know. And they're like, the guy's bouncing like, this is my baby. And she's like, oh, I gotta. That blood test come back. I hope it is. I hope he's a pappy.
And the thing is, it's like,
and she's like,
only one of my cousins.
We happy.
At the time, 'cause I speak about it now, but like at the time, only 2 of my cousins knew about it, and it was like they saw me freaking out right after it happened. I'm like, oh my goodness, I am in 11th grade. I am. No, I do not want to have a child right now. At that time, I'm like, oh shoot, because yeah, I would have a graduate. My child will be graduating right now this weekend.
oh, let's not talk about possible baby, man.
Think about that. Oh my God. Oh, that's gonna be so old because I would have.
What's his name? What's your almost son name?
No, can't say it.
No, I'm
you
not gonna
can't.
say it.
You know his name?
Yeah, I know his name.
When you see him for when you like, I was almost your daddy.
No.
And then he'd be like, some old man said something, blah, blah. And he was like, you remember his name was Rawstarr. She'd be like, what? Well, he almost was your daddy. This here the woman that should have been your mama.
No.
Who the sugar Avery?
No, but no, it's a common thing. It's a common thing. It's like
God, yeah, you know, that's one thing I have to say about Fort Wayne. Fort Wayne is how can I say? Sharing is caring.
No.
Here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, there's a lot of
No.
cross, like.
No.
You fuck with blah, blah? Yeah, I used to fuck with blah, blah. Well, I got a baby by him. Okay, well, you know, you used to fuck with blah, blah? Yeah, I used to fuck with him, and then I used to fuck with his brother. Oh, okay. Well, I got a baby by his cousin.
That's horrible.
Yes, a lot of be like, wait, what you mean? But didn't he used to fuck with your cousin? Yeah. Okay.
I mean-
but you fucking with your sister now. Yeah, and that's okay. They got 3 kids.
I mean,
and she got 2 kids with my cousin.
I mean, one of the Jackson brothers.
Like it's 10 dudes. Like there's 10 dudes in Fort Wayne.
I mean, one of the Jackson brothers married his brother's ex-wife
I heard.
and had kids by her.
That's crazy.
And a little somebody's raising a little somebody's secret daughter. But, you know, that happened.
Now, this is just
Secret baby.
Y'all didn't hear about that? Janet had a secret baby.
Oh, yeah, with the divorce.
Hello. And that's a hot mess, too.
Janet.
Man, secret babies. Yeah, Fort Wayne is really bad about that. I would like to say, I've avoided, or I personally have avoided that. But, no, everybody has a little story in their family about somebody messing with the same person. And I'm like, it's a city. It's not a town. It's a city.
It was the second largest in Indiana at that. So it's
Okay, it's not that big.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the second largest in Indiana, but that's
75th
Indiana. We're talking about Indiana.
75th in the USA.
75th? Okay. So that brings me like, well, so why are the same people just fucking the same people and having the same?
They're close.
Same kids, same like
they're close.
Everybody's cousins. Like they be like, that's my cousin. That's my cousin. That's my cousin. That's my cousin.
That's my play cousin.
That's my play cousin, and then you real cousins because your because she said fuck the blood test and just destroy the results. She's like, y'all really brothers. No, because I really know people in school. They were like, oh, blah blah was fucking with blah blah, and then they found out they were cousins.
There's some stories there are some stories that I can't say
because it's his cousins.
No,
I'm joking.
Yeah, there are.
Oh wait, oops.
It's some people that I know.
So never visit Indiana.
Okay.
Never visit Indiana. You get caught up in Indiana.
It's not that it's inbreeding. It's just like everybody's having sex with everybody.
Yeah, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do besides see, like, I don't know, wear your baggy jeans.
That's why
wear your baggy jeans.
That's why I stopped messing with people from Indiana.
Go to an E40 show if he's coming to town or something.
Like I don't know, like I have a huge family, like a really huge family, and it's like. I got so many cousins, I don't know who is who anymore.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Yeah, because, I mean, like, my grandfather had 13 kids on each side, and they have,
And there's, like, a bunch of families like that in Fort Wayne, so there's, like, all these cousins.
Like, huge families.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, I'm real cousins, but that's my other cousin, so this is okay. Like, it's weird. It's weird.
One of my
it's weird.
One of his kids had 9. One of his kids has 10.
Wow.
And those kids got kids. So it's like that's just one person.
Do you have any siblings?
Yes,
How
I
many?
do. I have 3 older sisters.
Hey, all right. No brothers?
Yeah, no brothers.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. It's sad. My family's predominantly women. Even like our cousins and stuff like that, it's mostly girls.
That's how my
boys.
family's the opposite. It's mostly like men. There's like every generation is just like one woman.
No, I wish. I was like, ours is just...
Mine is usually split.
Yeah, there's a lot of split in your family.
Because, they're usually, like, if they have... Yeah.
A lot of spreading of the genetic material also.
Like 5 and 6 or 5 and 2. Like, because I have one sister and one brother. So, we're split, basically. I just came out of nowhere and just threw it all off. Like, hello,
I have 4 brothers and 2 sisters.
Oh, so you got a big family.
Well,
I thought ours was big, four kids, but y'all got a little more.
My mama has 3 kids. Mm-hmm. My dad has 5 kids.
Okay.
So, like, all my dad's kids, that's where all the boys. My mom's family, everything's like really, really evenly split. Mm. But
it's just a big cluster of everybody freaking each other and. No, but that's more so the older days too.
Yeah, and I'm not originally from the same place he's from. So
okay,
yeah, he's from Scary Gary. So
whatever. It's Gary, Indiana. I'm gonna go save my town one day. So yeah, that's what it. So after, okay. So what's the end game?
For
your end game.
My end game. Oh wow.
As you see it right now.
How I would like,
of course, that evolves.
As far as like career and stuff like that, I would like to be doing movies and TV shows, whether I'm in them or I'm writing them.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
Got to get out there.
All right.
Got a lot of work to do.
That's not, yeah.
So, what would you say your writing strengths are? In which genres or like what areas or where do you feel like you're like? I'm really strong in this and that. Because some people are like, hey, I'm really like, I can really get you into the setting and the scene, into the world building. And some people are like, oh, well, I can really get you into the conflict of the scene or like make you fall in love with these characters before I kill them.
Well, I'm more of a newer writer, so I can't really say what I would think my strengths are as far as a genre. I know what I love. I love like horror films and stuff like that. That's my actual favorite. But what I would like to create, my content is all over the place. Like the first short film that I put out is actually I feel like it's more of a new thing that I created. It's almost like for children, but it's really for adults. So, like, I made a short film about my dog, which it seems silly, but then when you see it, you're kind of like, okay, like my little kid could watch this, but as an adult, I could get high and watch this and think this is actually really entertaining. You know what I mean? So it's like either one. I mean, you don't have to be high to watch my work, but just putting it out there.
Well,
I mean, it could be.
You can watch it in front of your kids.
Yeah, so that's why I'm kind of like, I mean, I create stuff for everybody. That's what I would like to do. But yeah.
So you say you're a newer writer. So what made you say, you know, I could do this. I could write this stuff. I could do this.
Right.
I can do what they doing. I can put that together on the back end. I can do that. What made you decide to be like, yeah, shit, yeah, I'm the mother.
I got this.
Oh, I was looking for somebody, but the person I was looking for was me.
Right? No, just in general, I've always felt like I was very creative, and I'm always looking for different outlets to express that. And it got to a point when I got tired of modeling, and I was just like, you know what? I'm ready for a new challenge. I'm that annoying person that goes to movies, and I can crack your movie in like 2 seconds. I'm that person. It's really same actually with TV shows now that I think about it, because I'll have people that'll be like, oh, you can't figure this out. And I'm like, oh, I figured that out within the first 10 minutes. I was just being polite and didn't want to ruin the show for you. You know what I mean? So stuff like that, like even that made me want to create content where I'm like, I want to create stuff where let's see if I could create all kinds of twists and turns and have you glued to my project.
Can I get you to guess?
Yeah, exactly. Like, of course, like I said, I do have content for everybody. So not everything's going to be a big head scratcher, but there will be some stuff that'll make you be on the edge of your seat.
Like that because, like, I know, for example, there's one movie that I like, but it's really, really, really low budget, but it has so many twists.
Killjoy?
Uninvited Guest.
Oh yeah, Uninvited Guest is a good movie. It's a weird classic.
It is so low budget.
Did you give that to me on DVD?
Yeah, I think I did.
He did. He gave it to me on DVD.
On a DVD.
Look at it on Hulu, or I think it's on Hulu right now. You should watch it.
Mackay Fight.
And like,
I was literally about to ask, like, who's in it? Because I'm one of those people too. I'll watch something and then I'm like, wait, what's the name or who's in it?
Mackay Pfeiffer.
What's her name from Players Club? Was she
Lisa Ray.
the
other girl.
What will you pay for?
Oh, what's her
cousin,
face? Why she always play those characters? Have you noticed?
She's either that or
She
like a
always
church
plays
person.
like she always plays like the soft spoken, low key hoe.
Kim Fields.
I fuck your best friend.
Right.
Kim Fields is in it. Kim Fields is in it. You know who Wanye Morris is? He's one of the Boys and Men. He's in it. And you've seen Temptations, right?
It's a super convoluted project.
Temptations, the dude who plays, the dude who wrote, I think he can reign, the light-skinned dude, I can't think of the name he plays in there, but Morris.
I don't know. When you watch, if you watch it, you'll be like, I recognize all these black people.
The only-
I don't know most of their names.
The only one person that you probably won't.
Is Elise Neal in it?
No. I know Kim Fields is in the very beginning of it for a few minutes.
I can't remember. It's good.
And the cop at the end is
It's just like a thriller where it's like, oh, I was hired to do this thing, and then but I'm not. But it's a twist. Now we're writing a screenplay.
That already sounds like Kim Fields is the one that got hired to do God knows what.
No,
she's like the quiet one.
When you
and
watch it, you be like, what?
You have to watch it because, like, I'm gonna look on Hulu tonight, and if it's on there, I'll let you know. Let you know it's on there. I'll send you the link. You have to watch it because I forget even how I even stumbled up on it. Sometimes
those are the best movies. Yeah. I love those. Like, you're not even in the mood for a movie. You're just checking for something, and the next thing you know, you're like, wait, hold up.
My mother actually loved the movie.
Nice.
She's more picky than I am.
She's a tough cookie.
Yeah, because I'm picky. She's picky as heck too. So it's like
we've grown pickier over the years.
Yeah, so it's like we both enjoyed. It's like it has to be.
It's a good movie.
There's something good about it. So.
Yeah, most movies. Yeah, you're right about things being predictable. There's a writer, Alan Moore, that says there's really only 8 plots. And it's all everything that's different is how you put it together.
Literally,
like you really That's it. Because
think about it. Every movie that you've seen, 9 times out of 10, they had the same ending.
Yeah.
It was just a whole new city and different actors and.
Well, that's why I feel about a lot of. I was talking to someone about like the superhero movies. It's like you always got the same 3 things about them, whatever.
At the end,
it's a love
hole
story.
is opening in the sky, and bad guys are coming. We've got to figure out how to close that hole.
But you can't forget the love story
in
the middle of that, and it's always the underdog that's turning into something greater than himself or how he ever thought.
You gotta rise
and even that, it's like, why can't it be like some kid that was already doing great? Like, why does he got to be the underdog?
Or at the beginning, he doesn't really want to be. He doesn't want to be the hero anymore.
Oh yeah, and it's like, I'm forced.
There's
to
always
be
the turmoil.
Well, it's like, nope, I'm not the hero. I'm really not the hero. And they're like, yeah, you're not. See, people wouldn't expect that.
Move on. Your brother's a better hero. We low-key wanted to get him, but you were sleeping in his bed that night, so we got you by accident.
That's actually a lot of movies here like that, too.
I mean...
There you go. We just created a whole new movie, guys, right there. Y'all better not take this.
I mean, that's not... I can't even say it because people...
You can really just plug in.
No, I mean,
all you have to do now, formula, you just have to plug in.
It's kind of like something that just came out, but I don't want to say it if they haven't seen it yet. So they just happen to be there.
What just...
Right.
You're not going to know what you're talking about. What is it? Shazam? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, people knew that. They just want to see Shazam.
So...
That's like we all know how Aladdin's going to end, but we still want to watch it.
I'm about to see that. Yeah, like, you think, what, the genie going to do something different?
Will's not going to
he's
come
not
out the
going to
bottle.
be like... He's like, nah, you free. In the first 20 minutes, he'd be like, I guess I'll help you out.
He's like, I like the free rent. Let me get back in here.
Let me get it. Yeah.
Get back in here.
Okay, I seen Aladdin yesterday, the new one.
You saw it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to try to tell us that the ending doesn't...
One thing. You got to stop watching bootlegs so much.
Oh, no. You watch the bootleg?
You watch a lot of bootlegs.
I mean, I have my moments. Don't get me wrong. I do think that certain movies, I'm sorry, considering the fact that I am going to try to be in that field and stuff, but some movies, it's okay to watch in a bootleg. Like, I'm sorry, they were written poorly. The casting's horrible. Watch the bootleg.
True. You might never ever see it any other way.
Big Will, you gotta see him in a big screen. Like, you gotta, come on.
I mean, not Aladdin. I mean,
but still, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not excited about the new Aladdin either. But nonetheless, it's Will. It's Will, guys.
Gemini Man?
I am going to a movie theater in 2 weeks
to see what.
You're gonna watch all of them.
I'm going to see.
You didn't even watch Endgame in the theater.
X-Men.
You gonna go?
What is it? The Phoenix.
You're going to the theater to see. Oh, you have a date.
Oh, that's why he got it.
You know what? I learned this. Why are you going on? Is this the first date? Don't cancel it.
Why?
No, a movie for the first date.
I mean, I've known her for a while.
How? Oh.
But are you? Still? I know what you're thinking. You're thinking it's like they can't socialize or whatever. But they could go grab something to eat after. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
You can get some food.
You have to, so y'all could chop it up. Of course.
Before or after?
Probably.
It has to be after.
Okay.
It has to
how
be
late
after.
is the movie?
So y'all could talk about the movie.
You
and
don't know how late the movie is.
We haven't discussed everything.
Oh, like you haven't chosen the
Don't
time.
Let it too late,
theater.
You don't want to be like, oh, I'm tired. Thanks.
Maybe like an earlier one. Maybe like what, like 6-ish, 7.
Yeah. Matinee,
so it ends
maybe?
like 9.
On a Thursday, so.
What's your point? Thursday still it's heading to the weekend. Yeah, it's still heading to the weekend.
Because I would just did that on a Friday, but I can't because I'm going to a graduation that Saturday.
Oh wow,
her.
Well, you got a lot of things in your deck.
Oh, I thought you said her. I'm like, do we got a like? Hold on, how old is this thing?
A graduation.
That's I'm like, wait, hold on. Right, hold on.
I'm going to a graduation that Saturday.
Okay.
So I couldn't.
So y'all going to see X-Men? Who is it?
You know the person.
I'm Jelly.
It's the one that was singing at the karaoke with the.
No, it's not. It's not here. It's in Indianapolis.
Huh? It's in Indianapolis.
Wait, you going to Indianapolis to have this date?
I'm going home anyway.
Okay.
Oh.
Plot twist. Hold on. Plot twist.
Home
wait. Plot twist. The date is with the potential baby mama.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go. Yeah.
And
like,
super plot twist. The baby's coming on the day too.
He'll be like, this little George. Wait, does he know? He's gonna be like, does he know? He's just like I named him after his daddy.
They stand the same. They talk the same.
No, because CW knows the girl. So
do I? Who is it?
You do. So I'll tell you.
You know her?
I'll tell you after.
Oh, okay.
Was she in my friend group?
Yes.
Oh, this is not no real date.
That's
No,
what
wait
I
a
thought.
minute. No.
You about to let him disrespect your
she's
date
a
like
friend-
that?
She's a friend of a friend of yours.
A friend of well, shit. Oh,
well, that's better.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know how close you were to her ex.
her ex.
Yeah.
Wait, is this Eula's ex-wife or girlfriend?
Oh, okay. Look, okay. I'm gonna say this because I don't care anymore. So
Wait, no. Let's not go get into that. Let's stay focused.
No, not-
Okay, so who is this woman?
I'll tell you after string.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. But Indiana usually, okay, so usually I would think like, oh, that date's not going to work. But Indiana, usually when people know you're coming home from Indiana, they're like, hey, let's do something. Let's go on a date or something, or go get some drinks or something.
You don't think it's like a
they're
date
like,
date?
we're going to fuck. You want a bone?
So why can't that be a date?
That's fine. That's
That can be
fine.
a
I
date
thought
date.
it was a date like a getting to know you first date. I didn't know it was I mean, those things can happen. I thought it was like you didn't know her. You're getting to know her.
I kept saying
first
I've known
date.
her for a while.
I know you say you knew her, but then you're like, sometimes you're like, I know somebody. Do I know somebody? Wait, this is the first time y'all be hooking up?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's trying to go through my
I'm just trying to think. Did they go to IU?
Yes.
Did they wear braids? Okay, this is turned to guess who. That's cool. You got a date, man. That's cool. You got a date.
And the funny thing is, everything he's saying is like yes, 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 and he's doing it.
That's why I stopped because I'm like, I think I might know. Is it look? No, it's not.
It is probably, but that's a different story. Let's talk about that after.
Wow.
I don't want to say her name on the podcast.
Okay, we won't.
I'll be over here.
Yeah. Okay. So, what's the perfect first date? What's the perfect date? Not the perfect first date.
I
What's
think
the
it
perfect
depends
first
on
and
the
second date?
person.
What's
It really
the
depends. Because I was actually the vibe.
The perfect vibe.
Same. It depends on the person. Me, I'm very introverted, so I don't like a big, loud setting. All that. That's not going to work for me. Intimate settings work better for me. But funny enough, I was thinking the other day, I was like, a really fun first date I had with somebody. Like the guy took me dancing. I hate dancing. I don't like to go dancing. But I like the fact that he was like, you know what? He was like, no. He's like, you're going to do something that you don't feel comfortable at. And we're going to have a great time. And we actually did. And I like that he also took me to a spot that was one of his favorites. I love when we can like share like places that we both enjoy. You know what I mean? Like little things like that. So that was a cool first date. I wasn't mad at it. You know, gave me a reason to get cute, little things like that. But I think it depends on the woman. I'm simple. Let's go to dinner. Let's go somewhere where we could talk, get to know each other. But I'm one of those. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. That's
one of those little classic dinner.
Pop bottles and do lines. What you want to do?
Mm-hmm.
What we trying? I'm trying to go to a body tap after we go to the club, and then you wake up in the morning like, you still here? She's like, yeah. Yeah, what we doing today? You don't want to shower or nothing? Nah, I'm leaving tomorrow.
Met you at EDC and we did all types of stuff.
Okay. Stop talking about my festival like it's just a crazy thing that goes, like, yeah, stuff like that happens at EDC. Yeah, I just got back from EDC. So,
Okay.
Me and my girlfriend, we go
Okay.
every year now. Or we go to some kind of festival.
I just know one of our previous guests was there, and they were barely wearing anything at the festival. So
I mean, that's a lot of festivals.
Lexi.
Oh, that's right. You told me she was going to be there.
No,
it's almost like 450,000 people.
That's
so
what I'm saying. I'm like, yeah, that's
gonna
intense. Like, even that, I'm like, oh, that gives me anxiety. I get invited to a lot of these festivals, and I'm like, no, not for me.
Yeah,
I am meeting.
I'm becoming more of a homebody.
I'm not trying to say you're like super young, but I'm meeting a lot of younger people. They're like, no.
What do you mean, younger people?
These
I'm gonna be 30.
You're gonna be
I've
30?
never been to a festival a day in my life. But
No, I mean a lot of younger people that are like, no, like the crowds. There's way too many
really
crowds.
no. I feel like I meet the
personally, I've met a
opposite.
lot.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, I feel like I meet the opposite. What I have run into a lot though, I feel like a lot of people that are like within our age that are going for the first time. I don't know. It's like, what's the cutoff to go for your first time?
That's
you
funny.
know, because I think that's a little odd.
People going.
Like you're going for the first time in your 30s. Like I don't
that's
know
the funny thing
how I feel about.
I feel
that.
like I'm meeting young people in their 20s
saying no,
and meeting people in their 30s saying yes. Because I didn't start going to any festivals until I was in my 30s.
I don't know. Did you feel out of place? Because I feel like that would make me feel out of place.
I don't feel
But once again, the fact that I'm very introverted, that already would make me feel like just being around too many people and the noise and the crowd.
You also do a lot of drugs.
Yeah,
like
and that. Because I've also asked people that too. I'm like, does it matter? I'm like, because I'm not somebody that like partakes in that. And someone said no, like, you know, if you're with a cool crowd, you can still have a great fucking time.
You have a good
but
group.
I think for me, it's more so the crowd and the too many people. Like that would throw me off. Oh
I also feel like
you're not very tall either. So
I just went out last night, and even that was too much for me. Like. No, but even how like Rawstarr saying that like people go with like little to nothing on, like just being at an event yesterday, I'm wearing a little crop top shirt, some form-fitted jeans, some little boots, whatever. I don't think my outfit's wild, and men are literally walking within like a hand's distance from me, and it's just the way they look at you up and like, you know what I mean? Like even things like that, it's too much.
That's the beautiful thing about EDC.
It's too much.
Is that like if you were like a creep, a stranger might knock you out. Like,
really?
Girls are wearing nothing.
And people are respectful?
You're like, yeah, you're not supposed to be like it's
you
like
think?
everybody's free to, like, some girls, you know, they're like, I know you're going to look from
a
distance, but it's a totally, like, no-touch policy at EDC.
But still, because even that's literally how I felt even yesterday. Like,
from what I feel like, there's not enough.
No.
Not a big creep vibe.
No.
Like, but.
Because that's.
Every place has its creeps.
But that bothers me. I can't. Because even yesterday, like I said, like for me to be wearing a regular schmegular outfit, and I'm literally looking at a lot of women that are like wearing way less clothing than I am. I look like I'm covered up like a nun compared to them. And I'm just like, bro, you really just passed by like 3 times with your girlfriend. And every time your girlfriend turns her head, you swing your head back around to be looking like that. Makes me uncomfortable. Like I can't. Like I can't.
Okay, I can see that.
Me and him did a podcast a while back. Not a podcast, I'm lying. A video a while back with some people, and we were talking about how like you get to the age or a certain point where you're looking at the girls who are wearing more stuff sometimes because it can show that they're more classy sometimes rather than some of the girls.
Well, that's quite a judgment.
But how are you going to look at somebody classier, but it's like that thirsty, hungry, creepy look? You know? Yeah, like literally,
you
like
wearing all them clothes, I want to peel them off.
Like it literally was like that type of look, like, and they're not even doing too much, but it's like, goddamn, like, ew, like that's just not okay.
I mean, in certain places, you know, because
I could understand maybe at dinner, you know, you pass by somebody's table and you're like, oh, that woman looks great, like that's a nice, sexy dress, but
like at an event, like you see,
at an event,
you see a girl who is basically wearing nothing. Like
what kind of event? Because you do
yeah, yours are wild.
Different events.
I mean, I know I'm around a lot of naked people, but I mean, like, I'm to the point where if I go to one of those events, I'm not even studying any of them because I know what they do for life.
But you see, no. I don't even think it's about what people do for a living or anything like that. I just think that also like in industry stuff, because it's so normal to everybody, people are more respectful of you. Like I've definitely said that a million times. People always want to ask me questions about like, oh, what's the like most craziest set you've worked on, or what's the nicest set that you've worked on, or little things like that. And I always tell them like, I will forever be grateful for my opportunities at Playboy, because I do think that a lot of the staff were beyond respectful to all the women, you know. And I've been at other things, like maybe it could be a music video where I'm dressed how I'm saying from head to toe, and people will literally look at you on some like, there go that video hoe, and you're like, whoa, like, excuse me, hi, haven't even addressed you, haven't even said hello, so how'd I go from cast member to video hoe? Like, wait, that went switched real quick.
I'm at work.
So little things like that, you know.
First of all, my name is Bobbi. I'm not no hoe.
But that's why I even understand where he's coming from, that he's saying, like, at the festivals, like, because women are so just out there and free and it's so normal, like, everyone's just kind of like, oh, it's just another pretty girl. Hey, how you doing? You know? And then at the club, you got somebody that ain't never seen nobody with a crop top before, and they're just
That's true.
acting like you are not wearing a shirt at all. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, come on, guys.
At the same kind of clubs, you'll still find creepers.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
got my members only jacket. It's hot ladies, and it's like, no, she's just here to dance and look good for herself.
I mean, I've been to parties today, and I understand how some people are, you know. But I've always tried to make sure that, like, you know, I point it out to people if someone's doing that.
I just feel like these days, like, especially,
I've been to a regular pool party where I open the door to the house I'm going into, and the person who opened the door is butt naked. And it took me a second to adjust because I was like, I wasn't expecting that, but it wasn't the fact that, like, I was like, ooh.
I mean, I just feel like right now. Okay, black people, as a group, I feel like we have kind of this. We're running out of time, aren't we?
Here we are.
Okay, I feel like we're having this kind of almost this Madonna or the whore kind of mentality. So it's like nobody can fit in between. You got to be like a good girl. If you dress like this, you can't just be dressing like this on this day. You've got to be like this. Or if you're dressing like this, it's like still like if you're pretty, almost if you're attractive, even if you're well dressed, then if you're pretty, then you got to kind of be like some kind of piece of meat because you want to look good. And it's like there's no spectrum. I feel sometimes like we don't see our women as like
Women.
Like we see ourselves. Like, we can be all kinds of different things. Well, she's not just a hoe or a virgin, bro. So why you treat it?
Society don't even see women as women anymore. So
wait, what are you trying to say with that statement?
I'm trying to say
because that's kind of that's got some love with.
They're objectified. They don't give them the rights that they deserve.
Okay, I see what you're saying there.
They see them less than, and that's really mad.
Well, from a woman's standpoint, I appreciate you guys saying that because I do think that we do get overlooked and we don't get to be seen as everything. We're allowed to be sexy. We're allowed to be intelligent. We're allowed to be spiritual and all of the above. You know what I mean? Like, we can be all these things without being, like, on one crazy side of the spectrum. So I appreciate it.
Yeah. I've noticed, like, you really, when you think of, like, even myself, I had to think, like, okay, how I think about this woman is obviously very incomplete because if I think about the things I do and I want somebody to think about why I'm doing it, then it makes sense. But why is she doing that? Because, you know, broads ain't supposed to do that.
Right.
Why? What you mean you were sleeping with people more than one person like in a year? Like, what kind of hoe shit is that? But weren't you fucking like 4 girls that week? Yeah, bro, but you know how we supposed to do. You know how we do. She can't choose. She can't choose which one she likes. No, she just got. I got the money, so why don't she want me? Well, there's more things that go into that than choosing a mate. Just like for you. Oh.
Yeah.
Nah, bruh.
It's just like
She weird. She weird, bruh.
For some men, they feel that the more people they are with, they completed more conquest than others, and that's not right. You know, and it's sad that is the mentality that some people try to live with every day.
It's just, I feel like it's weird, especially like now, and I really find it weird, like, I know so many people that grew up with like, I don't understand growing up without a dad. I mean, I guess if you see guys treat your mother a certain way, and then you're like, that's the standard. That's how women are supposed to be treated, whether I realize that on a conscious, like I feel like a conscious level or some kind of subconscious shit fucking with me. But how do you say, okay, so this is the person that took care of me my whole life and does everything. It still kind of does a bunch of stuff to me. Here's this woman that kind of really reminds me of her a lot. Fuck this bitch. That's my love. That's what I got for you. I don't understand it. But I can't say because I grew up with my dad in my life, so I'm like, I don't know. Thoughts?
I just no. Well, yeah, definitely on the spot for that one. I mean, I just think, even for myself included, I grew up with both my parents. Sometimes you see certain things that you're like, okay, how you were saying, yeah, this is the standard. Then there's other times I think just with life and everything, you have to figure out what works for you. And you do realize the older you get, you're like, damn, our parents were a little messed up too. And they were just trying to figure it out just like the rest of us, you know? So we're all working on it.
I feel you. But I do know.
What the fuck is going on outside?
I don't know.
It's like, go. You gotta duck. What's going on?
Duck sex. But, no, but. Back. But I think, like, for me, I grew up only with my mom, and I knew who my pops was, and he wasn't really around. But the thing is like, I'm still subject to my environment of what I was around and what I got used to seeing other people do. So I was, more promiscuous then than I am now, whatever. But it's like, I know that whoever I end up with, I'm not going to purposely treat them wrong because it's not in me to purposely, downgrade somebody because who they're sleeping with, or for people who I'm with, purposely do them wrong. So, but anyway,
what the fuck is going on outside?
Duck sex. I told you they're having.
No, it's just a howling and.
Anyway, but go ahead and tell everybody how to find you again.
Tell us for this other episode. Yeah.
Follow me on social media at Bobbi, BOBBI_DEAN. Follow me on YouTube as well for my vlogs, short films, and other cool stuff. YouTube officially Bobbi Dean.
Okay, and for Christopher CW, it is Christopher _Willie IE with WILLIE_J.
Yes.
Okay. Don't forget that next week. But also CC Fitness LA, which is his business, is a fantastic fitness trainer. You should come to train. It's fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's over here in North Hollywood. Anyway, his website is ccfitnessla.com. You can find him on Facebook, Twitter, and on the Instagram. You can find me at Rawstarr, RAWSTARR, on Twitter and on Instagram, or Rawstarr Communications on Facebook. Thank you for tuning in to the Misfit Effect. Please go to our website, burbankmisfits.com, to see everything that we do as far as media training and everything else that we try to do in this world. Please tune in next week, and talk to you then.